Yes, my good people, it was so sad. It was like uncertain or fortunate that someone like Ichungwa could go. I don't know which guts these people have got, because this is a governor of Trans Nzoia, that is Western. Even if he has uttered something that is not going alongside with you should not like blast a man before congregants like that. With that, I did not support Ichungwa kabisa. That was wrong. We know that you people are in power, but you can't now come mwanze kutukanyaga. That was not fair. After all, what Natembeya was alleging is that watu hawawezi fanya nini? Hawawezi wakajiabduct. But again, the question ambayo Kenya wako nayo ni that government, should it now produce the abductors? Now why the anger? Mbona unaambia Natembeya alikuwa na abduct watu wakiwa nini? Mkuu wa sijui wa polisi. Does it mean that hata nyinyi mna abduct watu juu yali abduct? That was so unfair. That was like uncalled for someone like Ichungwa. Then it brings us to the question, should our leaders now politicize this thing? Ni vizuri sasa sahi waanze kwenda kupoliticize mambo ya abduction, ilhali juzi mmeona mwanaume analia kwa koti ya father to a son. Even what Gachagua is doing, do you support it? I want you to watch this analysis. Assume you are the father and your son has been abducted. Then you see a political figure on the TV giving information but not full information, meaning he knows whatever is happening. As a leader who is not after these things that Kioni is trying to allege, political theatrics and some things over there, then Rigathi Gachagua should be able to even inform the ICC and present the evidence he has, rather than calling the media akituambia mnajua mtu nani amevaa nguo za black, sisemi ni kala gani, tomorrow ni brown skin, sisemi anatoka wapi, kesho you know that man hata ana meno hapa mbele, kesho kutwa that man anakuwa na upara hapa, si mtaji ni Abel jina, but si mwapatia meaning nini? Kama mchezo wenye you are trying to be relevant on the political platform day by day, using this grave issue of abduction, not knowing the gravity or how it has hit parents. This is a strong message to Rigathi Gachagua that go forward, even if the police are the ones doing this and they won't do their thorough search after even giving them this, we have international criminal courts. Present your evidence. Like the other guy who was known as Francis Gaido on Twitter yesterday. He gave us evidence, the face of Abel and the name, and told us this is the first cousin to who? To President William Ruto. The information with which president, which we assume that Rigathi Gachagua was maybe afraid or buying time for theatrics to say it. So my good people, I want to take you back a little while before even these things started happening. The things we want to talk about today. A few days ago, the nation went to very many questions. It was like questions were being asked all over, both to the opposition, the current opposition I mean, and the former. The current opposition was being led by Rigathi Gachagua. The former opposition was being led by Raila Amolo Odinga and the team, Kina Junet Mohammed, and even the government. The questions were, who is abducting Kenyans? Why are you abducting Kenyans? And everybody was believing that it is the government. Because why? Because those people who were being abducted, from the cameras, from the witnesses who were still around, they were able to note some police figure or a figure wearing police uniform inside the Subaru vehicles, which have been alleged to have been ferrying Kenyans to the unknown places or to the world of no return. If return, then a crazy one. Everyone was asking himself the question, who is abducting Kenyans? Who is doing these abductions? Up to the moment when Raila Amolo Odinga came to a church function, and when he uttered some words that stop abductions, the government to stop abductions, people pointed at him, calling him a hypocrite. Because at the same time, the man that we believed was abducting the Kenyans was the president. And it was just the previous day, the president alikuwa amekutana na nani? Na Musa Faki, the current AU chairman, claiming that he was campaigning for Raila Amolo Odinga. Then the following day, Raila is in the church trying again to point fingers on Ruto, telling him to stop abductions. People we're asking ourselves, why don't this man just march to the State House and talk to the so-called brother and tell him or ask him to produce those who have been abducted and stop the abduction? Those were the questions. What happened? The next day we saw them on was it a Pini Luo festival something, which was attended by the president, the opposition leader, that is Raila Amolo Odinga, and Raila told him face to face that stop abducting Kenyans. Let's not enter 2025 with the sins that we've been committing in 2024. That was it. And now, a man came by, the former impeached deputy president, that is regarding Gachagua. And he was all over saying that he knows the person abducting Kenyans. He even gave us the name, that it is Abel, but failed to tell us the exact location. And that is why we are making this video today, because today Jeremiah Kioni has cornered who? Rigathi Gachagua. This is what Jeremiah Kioni had to say. Rigathi Gachagua must stop trivializing the grave issue of abductions in the country. His statements about revealing those involved without following through with actionable disclosures are both irresponsible and a slap in the face to the families suffering from these tragedies. This is not a game, nor a platform for empty rhetoric. Either he provides the nation with concrete information or refrains from making misleading statements. The nation deserves decisive leadership, not theatrics. Here I supported Jeremiah Kioni. If you ask me why, how can a leader, because we still believe that Rigathi Gachagua is a leader somehow since he has some followers, know that we have a grave issue in the country. We are mourning. Even the other day, I broke down when this man came all the way from Nyeri, coming to attend a court session in Nairobi. But the IG was not there. All he was asking was, where is my son? Mtoto wangu wako wapi? Where is my son? He was crying. It was so emotional. Assume you are the father and your son has been abducted. Then you see a political figure on the TV giving information but not full information, meaning he knows whatever is happening. As a leader who is not after these things that Kioni is trying to allege, political theatrics and some things over there, then Rigathi Gachagua should be able to even inform the ICC and present the evidence he has, rather than calling the media akituambia mnajua mtu nani amevaa nguo za black, sisemi ni kala gani, tomorrow ni brown skin, sisemi anatoka wapi, kesho you know that man hata ana meno hapa mbele, kesho kutwa that man anakuwa na upara hapa, si mtaji ni Abel jina, but si nimewapatia meaning nini? Kama mchezo wenye you are trying to be relevant on the political platform day by day, using this grave issue of abduction, not knowing the gravity or how it has hit parents. This is a strong message to Rigathi Gachagua that go forward, even if the police are the ones doing this and they won't do their thorough search after even giving them this. We have international criminal courts. Present your evidence. Like the other guy who was known as Francis Gaido on Twitter yesterday. He gave us evidence, the face of Abel and the name, and told her this is the first cousin to who? To President William Ruto. The information with which president, which we assume that Rigathi Gachagua was maybe afraid or buying time for theatrics to say it. But Gaido alleged even the building in Nairobi. I think that is how things should be done. Jeremiah Kioni is right at some point. Though many questions have come out, Jeremiah Kioni saying that maybe is now trying to show us that Uhuru, they have now entered the government trying to beat up Gachagua with facts, but facts be said. Let's not be misled. If you know anything, say it in full. Let it not be a political theatric. Kesho ni hii, kesho kutwa ni hiyo. But again, another question. Has it now turned out to be a blame game issue? Because we've now seen Gachagua is saying it's the government. And we saw Mutuse the other day saying that he knows it is Gachagua abducting Kenyans. The other time we have seen Didmas Baraza telling us again it is Rigathi Gachagua. Why, if the government has the information now, tuweke Gachagua kando, if they know that it is Gachagua making parents cry on national television, because it is affecting even our children, seeing our fathers' ages crying, where are our sons? If these are the people, Didmas Barasa, Mutuse, if they know it is Gachagua, and Gachagua, as we know, as per now, is the impeached former president, meaning he has no office, why can't they just arrest him? And since they are saying they have all the evidence, they provide it to the courts, and Gachagua to release those who have been abducted. Because we are tired. Like me, each and every day I'm waking up, abduction, the men have not, now it's becoming a blame game. You will hear that again, tena watasema ni Americans now. You remember the other day for Maandamano, they were saying it is Gachagua. They moved forward to say it is this foundation from America. Up to the time, maybe the Americans responded. And you've seen they have been served now with the 4th letter. If you followed yesterday's show, we said the first letter in American waliserve Kenya ilikuwa ya feminist, when women went to town, waki-riot, waki-protest, not even rioting, protesting against killing women. Since women had been killed from that previous quarrel and things, women were being killed even in their apartments. When that incident happened, the American embassy sent a letter calling or asking for accountability and investigations. They got no response. The second letter was sent on 26th December. Trying again, American again, asking for transparency and investigation and accountability on abductions. They got no response. The third letter the Americans sent again was on abduction. And yesterday, they sent the 4th letter. Now, what does that mean? And from what we've just heard from yesterday, ICC is looming. Since Haminwa, as we said in our previous video, is now trying to reason out that these investigations cannot be carried out by the same police who are being alleged to be part of the abductors. Then we need the international community to come in, since it has now become a grave issue. We don't know how many people are being abducted. In our next video after this one, we shall be seeing a young man who has been found dead in Thika, and maybe trying to delve in to think out loud what is not happening. Since this thing deserves the ICC, and we are welcoming the ICC to Kenya to try and carry out the investigation. Since these people must just be held accountable. Since we don't know, we are not saying that it's the police. Since the police and the government is saying it is Gachagua, the Gachagua is saying it is the government. Now we need an external power, an external supremacy, and above all, we need God. God to come through and intervene, to lead even if it is the ICC, so we find the truth. Since we know in this century, nothing can be hidden unless you kill a man. But even if you kill a man, the truth lives forever. We must, and one day we will know. Not even one day, soon and very soon. My good people, I have been your great host, Bob Shakwila, and this is the Bob Shakwila Show. If you're new here, kindly remember to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. For support and anything you feel like you can support this show, you can support my number, iko pale chini, we'll highly appreciate. We said we died long ago, and we died in Christ. Any man of bad blood, don't be afraid to send your support. We won't suspect you. But if you have anything against us, we are men of God. I'm a pastor. Soon I'll be telling you which church. Thank you so much.